Hey everyone, welcome to the Royce Reports. I'm your host, Royce. And if you like everything Xbox, then you're in the right place. And be sure to hit that subscribe button. And today we're talking about the Game Awards, right? The Game Awards for once actually had a great pacing to it. But there is just one issue that I had with it, and that is, where was Xbox? So with that, let's talk about it. So the Game Awards were last night. That is now that time of the year for the Game Awards. And normally when it comes down to the Game Awards, I kind of get bored with it. I kind of just watch it just for the announcements. But I think this year is actually the best year we've had in a while because of the pacing was just right. There wasn't a whole lot of ads, and the ads that were there were pretty short. And there was a lot of big game announcements. Now, there's probably other years that had better game announcements, but we saw a lot, and I feel like if you are a fan of something, it was there at the Game Awards, except for one thing, Xbox. So if you're a fan of Xbox, well then, there's the door, because there was nothing there. It was barren. Phil Spencer was there. I don't know what he's doing. Not fucking talking, not going on stage, not saying anything, but there was nothing there. And it's like, it's mind-blowing. It's such a mind-blowing. This is the worst way to send off the year for your product, which is probably the worst year in Xbox history. There was no first-party AAA games at all this whole year. And the ones that we do know about, we haven't gotten updates on since E3. But I want to talk about the Game Awards first, and then I'll move over to the Xbox. And the game that surprised me a lot actually was Suicide Squad. I have kind of been on the fence about it, but that Suicide Squad trailer blew me away. If you know me in person, then you know that I'm a huge Batman fan. I love Batman. I watched it growing up, and Kevin Conroy is my Batman, as he is for many others. And the sad passing of him earlier this month kind of hit really hard for me, because just a piece of my childhood dying, and it sucks. And it brought a tear to my eye to see him come back and reprise his role as Batman one last time, and them saying thanks to him meant a lot. And so that surprised me a lot. I am trying not to get emotional now, but it really blew me away. And so that just made it worth it, just to be able to see that live and see. Oh man, my reaction to that was awesome. I love that. So that was my number one trailer of the Game Awards last night. I also liked what they showed off with Jedi Survivor, the new Star Wars game. I played the first one. I love the first one. I just think that Respawn has done nothing wrong ever since they have been created. They have just hit it out of the box, just perfect every single time with Titanfall 2, and with the Star Wars Jedi games. And Cal Kestis is coming back, and I love how he just looks tired and beat, and it shows. Like, they even talk about how they're doing a bunch, and it doesn't matter how much they do because the Empire is still there, and it's still larger than ever, and it's only getting bigger. And to see that kind of lost hope behind his eyes and in the way he talks, that looks really, really good. And it comes out in March, I believe. So that is just right around the corner, and I'll be playing that day one as well. There was, of course, PlayStation had their own with Death Stranding 2, as well as some Horizon DLC and the VR game. And Nintendo was there with a new Bayonetta game. And everyone was there except one fucking person. Xbox. Where is Xbox? Xbox has had like I said earlier, has had the worst year yet, and this is how you end it. We have been waiting for something. This whole one and done thing. All right, one we'll show off only at E3 and then be barren the rest of the fucking year. Like, if you're an Xbox fan, I don't know how you can't be upset. Like, I'm saying this because I come from a place of love and care and respect for Xbox, and this is them just shitting on us over and over and over again. It was always just, oh, hold on. I am done waiting. I've been waiting since 2017, and 2023 is the first time in a long time where I'm like, all right, cool. Xbox is getting up. It's gearing up for this continuous stretch of AAA experience after AAA experience. How is it that a game from 2018, when you buy those studios, have yet to come out? How is that possible? I don't get it. I just don't understand. Because you have someone like Santa Monica, Sony Santa Monica over there, who did God of War. God of War came out in 2018. And then in 2022, you're getting God of War Ragnarok. And I know that the argument for Xbox fans is usually like, oh, it's DLC. But if you actually play that game, it is much more than a DLC. That game is bigger in a lot of ways, more so than the previous installment. It is a huge, huge upgrade in a lot of aspects. And that's not DLC. Like, it looks great. It runs great. It has great storytelling. It has AAA graphics. And it has top-notch voice acting. Like, they got all of that in 4 years, and you're telling me that Xbox can't come out with any game from any of the studios that they brought in from 2018? Why is that? I don't understand. I don't get it. Can someone please help me understand this? If you are into something like, I don't know, Grounded, Pentiment, and As Dusk Falls, like, yeah, Grounded is one of my favorite games of the year, but it is not a AAA experience. It is not. And these other games, As Dusk Falls and Pentiment, those are not AAA experiences. Like, yeah, those studios came out with games, but they're not what Sony's coming out with. They're not what Nintendo's coming out with. Like, where are these games? Why are we getting these? Nothing. It's just barren. And then this is the time for you to shine. This is time for you to say, hey, look, we know that we had a lackluster year, but this is what you're supposed to be looking forward to. We have 6 months left until the E3 from before is now coming back. So Xbox at last year's Xbox event stated that, hey, these are all the games that are coming within the next year. So if you're telling me that from within the next year, that means from June of 2022 to June of 2023. That's a whole year. And you're telling me that you haven't released anything within this first half of the year, and that all of those games that you announced at that E3 showing are going to be at this half of the year. And if that's the case, that means they're right around the corner. That means that these games are coming 3 to 6 months from now, and you don't have a trailer, you don't have a release date, you don't have an update on Starfield or Redfall or Forza Motorsport. Why not? This is a bad look. This is a terrible look for you. This is crazy. And I know that they're hearing us. I know that they hear the fans. And I know for a fact they're hearing us, because Aaron Greenberg even came out and tweeted about something. We have a lot planned to show and share about an incredibly exciting year ahead for 2023. Appreciate folks are eager to learn and see more. Timing is always key, but don't worry, you will not have to wait too long for what's next from us. Timing is always key. That is correct. And this is the perfect time, right here in front of millions of people who are all watching the Game Awards. This would be the time to drop any information that you have on the games that you have promised that we'd see within the next year. When are you going to do this? Are you just going to randomly drop the game? Like, all right, guys, hey, next week, look out for Starfield. Like, no, it's not how you're supposed to be doing it. And because of how silent things are on the home front here, it gives me no hope. Like I was saying in the other video, this gives me no hope that we are not receiving any leaks, no rumors. No one is talking about anything. And why is that? Because there's nothing to talk about. Because they're not ready. That's why. And for some reason, Xbox is just not saying anything. 2023 is supposed to be the year that, oh, okay, we're done getting these you know, these just wait excuses. I'm tired of waiting. And I know that Game Pass is backpacking the whole Xbox brand.
Bow down before the awesome might of this huge guy who's carrying the real contestant, Patrick Star.
But come on, like, I'm glad that they have Game Pass, because if they didn't have Game Pass, this would be a completely different story. And this would actually be really fucking sad. But I'm just so mad. I'm not even mad. I'm tired. That's what it is. I am tired of all this. I just want the games. I want to see what the Coalition is working on. I want to see some Fable. I want to see some Perfect Dark. I want to see whatever NXL is working on, whatever all these other studios are working on. What's going on with Rare? We haven't seen or heard anything about Everwild. Like, what is going on? What is happening? I want to know. And then you, like, it's a double-edged sword, right? Because it's like, hey, I want you to show stuff, but at the same time, I don't want you to show something if you're not ready for it. And if these studios aren't ready to show, then they aren't ready to show, and you can't force them to be ready. But you can manage your studios in a way that allows a good timing and a good cadence to be matched year over year, right? You could have a show multiple times throughout a year. This goes back to the conversations of Nintendo doing Nintendo Directs and PlayStation doing State of Plays. These are a way for you to engage with your fans and keep them engaged with you. By having multiple shows sporadically throughout the year, it doesn't make the wait as bad, because you're giving us updates. You could give me updates on a game coming into Game Pass. I don't care. If it's something that's related to Xbox, please do it. I don't like waiting for months and months and months and just not hearing anything. And other people are saying that it's a conspiracy theory, that the reason why that they're doing this is because the FTC is looking into them and they don't want to make it look as if they have all these games coming. But if Xbox fans know anything, it's the fact that we know what it's like not to have games. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. Do you guys agree with me? Do you think that it is about time Xbox did something? I want to give them time. I want to give those studios the time that they need and deserve. But at the same time, it's like you look at these other studios and what they're capable of, and you're seeing like, hey, Horizon Zero Dawn came out in 2017, and in 2022 they came out with a new game. All right, Spider-Man came out 2018. They're coming out with a new game in 2023. God of War came out with a new game in 2018. God of War came out with the newer game, God of War Ragnarok, in 2022. Like, they have something going on. You look at what they're doing with Death Stranding, right? They have Hideo Kojima working on Death Stranding 2. They just announced that. They also have other games that they're paying for exclusivity for, like Final Fantasy 16, like Final Fantasy 7 Remake Part 2 and Part 3, and Forspoken. And they're paying for exclusive stuff inside other games like Hogwarts Legacy that are going to drive people to go to that console. Because, well, I want to get that DLC. Why doesn't Xbox do that? Why can't they pay somebody else to make a game for them? Well, is that too fucking hard? Because we're not getting these AAA experiences from other third-party companies that PlayStation is getting. Like, Xbox did that in the original Xbox generation. They did that in the 360 generation. So why can't they do that now? They even did it at the beginning of the Xbox One generation, where you had multiple different games coming from other companies that Microsoft didn't own. And the reason why they did this was because they didn't have studios, and so they had to resort to that. But PlayStation has studios, and they're doing that. Xbox has studios, and you need to be doing that. Because, yeah, you're giving games to Game Pass. That's awesome. That's great. But the games that you do get to Game Pass are either multi-platform, or they're timed exclusives, but the timed exclusives are usually indie titles or AA titles, which are only timed exclusives for 3 to 6 months. Chernobyl that's supposed to be an exclusive for only 3 months. So come on, like, you guys just are trying to spend $69 billion on Activision and Blizzard. Why don't you try spending some of that money on making games? Whoa! Mind blown. Hire me as what Phil Spencer's doing, please. I will ensure that games come to the system. Obviously, it's not that easy, but there's something has to change, because if this is, they cannot survive another hit. I'm telling you right now. The only reason Xbox is doing so good this console generation, like I said in my video, is because of Game Pass. Game Pass is what is driving people to Xbox, and it's nothing else. How many times I've heard countless times people saying, oh yeah, I got an Xbox Series S just for Game Pass, and I play most of my games on PlayStation 5. A lot of people say that, and that's what they're known for, and that's what Xbox wants. But at the same time, you gotta listen to us. You gotta listen to the fans who have been here since day one, rooting for you guys. And every time we try to go and root for you and bat for you, we just take a fucking huge L. So I'm just bummed a lot by this. But the Game Awards was pretty solid this year, and hopefully Jeff Keighley actually learns from this and uses that as the template going forward. And you can kind of dial back on the live orchestra. But yeah, I think it was really good. I think this is the best year for the Game Awards. And Xbox needs to do better. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. Are you guys expecting more? Do you guys want more? Or is this sufficient? Is Xbox fine the way they're doing it? Is Game Pass the future of the Xbox brand? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you guys for stopping by. And make sure to hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. I'll be seeing you guys on the next one. And remember, take it easy.